choose carefully what you wear and how you project it. And not to cut you, Sway, but I'm going to be honest with you. When I was 12, 13, 14 years old, for Easter and for Christmas, my mother and my uncles, because my father died when I was young, I got a suit. I was wearing suit from I was 12 years old. So this thing about not everybody can wear a suit, everybody can wear a suit. You don't have to wear a suit every day of your life because that's not may not be your craft on what you do. But every man should be able to own a black suit, a gray suit, or any other color that they might like for themselves. But you definitely must have at least two or three or four suits in your closet that you can go to a upscale affair if you have an invitation to
Of
go to
course,
such.
I agree
Not
with
See,
you
even
to
an up.
that
It's
extent.
not
I
even an
agree,
let
up.
me
but
No,
finish.
can I
no,
rebuttal to
no,
say
One
no,
something?
second.
no,
One
no,
Go
second.
ahead.
no, no,
One
no,
second.
no,
Did you say no?
Let
no,
Kevin
no. It's not
take
even
the
an
floor.
upscale affair. See, first of all, hey everybody, how you doing?
How you doing, Kevin?
Who
How you
was
doing,
speaking?
Kevin?
Sway. How old are you? So I'll know who I'm talking to.
I'm 23.
All right. So if you went into, if you went in and you were up on murder charges and you had an attorney, would you listen to his advice or would you go on what you think?
I will listen to my attorney's advice.
All right. Well, as a professional image consultant who actually gets paid to do this, everything you were saying is what's wrong with the black male image. And I can produce any data that anyone wants with links to where young black men have done the own work of trying to see how differently they were treated by simply just dressing male appropriate. We have been in our community. I guarantee you this. I'm 52 years old. I grew up in the projects, single parent household, government cheese. If you want to match being broke, we missed legitimate meals. This generation, no offense, but y'all ain't missing no meals. And y'all talk this, we ain't got it shit like you ain't got it. And I had suits. I was made to dress appropriate because when we were younger as black people, we still had the church. And we had at least one place to go every week to where we looked good. One. And this has been since the turn of the last century. So miss me with this ghetto broke bullshit. Miss me with the they did it in the 50s and 60s and still got lynched bullshit. That is revisionist history. If they had been on the Edmund Pettus Bridge with fucking fitted caps, Jordans, t-shirts, tattoos, and shit, no one in the world would have mobilized to stand with us because they wouldn't recognize us like they don't today. Miss me with this, well, these young guys do it when you grow up. No, you do it now because your life is more at risk now. And you don't know what you're talking about. And this is the same issue I have been arguing with the black men on YouTube for the past 6 years. We are the only group of men that fight for our right to fail. It has not a matter of education. This is a matter of black male ego. And you don't want to have to assimilate. You'll look to anything you want to. White boys don't have to cut their hair. Yes, they do. You don't see your managers with mohawks and arm sleeves. Well, and if you want to give me the anecdotal, you sound just as foolish as the women you guys like me banging on. Looking for the anecdotal and the extraneous. It is time for black men to understand one thing and one thing alone. Your image is what was taken from you at D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation. This stuff has been well analyzed. It was taken from you by white America in Birth of a Nation in 1915. And then in the 80s, it was ripped from you by Alice Walker in The Color Purple. And you've been fighting an image battle for the longest, young man. It's been going on before you were even alive. Be lucky that Cops isn't still on TV. Because when you leave this country, people think that they don't know, they don't believe the Cosby Show exists. They believe we are NBA young boys. And that ethnic image that one street ethic image goes with you everywhere. And it don't matter how nice you are. It don't matter all the shit y'all want to matter. And my last point is be prepared to change your mind because it ain't working. There is no logical business, there's no logical outcome-minded reason to continue to fight this shit. This is about your ego. And for a lot of black men, this is the last bit of power they feel like they have. It's Kunta Kinte and Toby and Roots. But you ain't Kunta Kinte, you ain't Toby, and this ain't Roots. You got a goddamn choice in how you look in this world.
Thank you very much for that eloquently stated
Am I free to
point of
respond
view.
to Lee and Kevin?
One second.
Or,
1 second, sure. What I will say is that there is a change coming. And there are men who will get on board with this change, and there are men who will resist it. And whatever camp you're in, that's fine. But the change of the image of the black man will take place because the change that the image that we have now is destructive. It's destructive across the board. Go ahead, Swae.
I mean, I just love how I know maybe I didn't articulate myself pretty well because I was rushing through it, but I was never against suits. I was never against, that narrative that black men should wear suits. I just understand that to wear a suit every day, all day as your own attire isn't for everybody. I agree that we should own suits and we should have them for the time and the place, and you should be able to look respectable at any time.
Let me have to inject? Okay, I didn't say a suit every day. I said when I went to church. See, that's disingenuous, my friend.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You interrupted
I want to
me.
be clear.
I wanted to clear myself up, and I allowed you to talk.
You can, but you're not going to misstate what I said. And see, this
you
is the problem.
What I said.
Okay, and this is the overall problem with image. See, we got a 23-year-old young man, and then a black man who is an actual image consultant, and you're wanting to argue. It's really not an argument.
I'm not arguing with you. You haven't let me finish.
Well, because you really, no offense, but what have you lived to show what you're talking about works?
What do you think my narrative that I'm pushing, Kevin? Because honestly, you haven't let me.
What it sounds the same is that, hey, don't wear suits.
Nope.
Dress.
See, no. You interrupted me. I'm not trying to argue with you either, but you're misrepresenting what I'm saying.
Anybody can listen to the replay. Yes. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because here's the problem. What I started to say at the beginning was, if you sat down with an attorney and your life was on the line, you would listen. This is what we do. And there's an image that's going to change with black men, and it's not about a suit. Suit is what gets put over on the side, just like high value men. It's not. It's something to hit at. But at the end of the day, there's an image of the black men in the public and then in our mind's eye. But there's also the respect between generations. We're the one group of people that feel like we're all equal, and feel like your opinion versus my lived reality, facts, data, statistics, and experience, and we feel like we both men. And that's the problem. We resist hierarchy. We resist structure. And this is the issue with the black male image, and the symbolism of it is a suit. I've been at this I'm not trying to be offensive, young man, but I've been at this for longer than you've been alive. So it's not about a suit. It's about the fact when we walk out in the world, we do not get the respect we should. And we have to take advantage of our own image, which is not just appearance. It's A, B, C, D. Appearance, behavior, communication, and digital footprint. It all matters to image. It's not just about appearance. Now, you may not know who I am. You may not be familiar with my content other than the salacious stuff. But this is what I've been doing in real life for almost a decade as a business. And we are the only group of men that I still have to have this rudimentary 2 + 2 = 4 conversation with over and over again. Whereas other men are more inclined to look at just the outcome and say, what is going to be effective to get me the outcome I want in the time frame, and not be willing to waste time. You don't have time to waste. That's the point. Men of value, really successful men, will tell you the most valuable thing they have is time. That's why I push back when I heard you say later on in life, but when you're young, do A, B, and C. No, you need to do the opposite. When you're older and you got power, then you can choose that. But when you're young and have little or less power, you got to do what you got to do. Y'all can argue it back and forth on your opinion. And if y'all want to know more about image, go actually study image, not just appearance. A, B, C, D, not just looks. Peace out, y'all. Y'all can have it.
I like to, Kevin,
Thank
before you
you.
go, I'd like to
Thank
say something. Well, he left. So, Swae, I would like to say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to be
Okay.
able to speak because a lot of people
Swae,
have been putting words in my
Swae,
mouth,
Swae,
and
Swae,
I
Swae,
haven't said
Swae.
any of that, and I haven't had a rebuttal. But it's quite funny to me how he can say that I haven't seen him, or I don't know what he's saying, or I'm misrepresenting what he's saying, or misrepresenting perception. But he misrepresented all my points that I've been making. Never once said you shouldn't wear a suit. Never once said young people shouldn't wear a suit. I never once said you shouldn't own a suit. I never once said you shouldn't worry about the clothes that you wear. I was saying it's more than that. Just like you said, ABC is more than just your clothes. And I think every black man should have a suit. But what I was saying is to wait until you're older. My thing is like the
But
business.
you were being disingenuous when you say wear a suit every day. That is misleading.
I
And
said you shouldn't.
it implies that what we're saying is that all black men got to dress in suit and they got to wear suits all day. That's the seed that you're planting in the ether of the conversation. And I think that's why he checked you on that, because
But
you were
didn't I
being
say every black man
disingenuous.
should own a suit? Didn't I say the
No, you
Jordans
didn't.
wasn't? Didn't I say the
The
Jordans
first thing
wasn't?
you did
It
was you
wasn't
bucked
it?
up against it. That was the first thing you did. And your facial
Mr.
expression
Lee,
did the same.